So this morning I drove onwards towards a town called Anento, which is in the province of Zaragoza. And I found it using the apps I normally use to find parking spaces, and this seemed to be quite a popular spot. And for good reason, because as I was driving up here, the views completely changed. There's this path that goes down into the valley, and as you approach around the corner, it opens up into this landscape of these red rocks and these layers of like this beautiful rock formation. So I was really impressed driving down here this morning. So I am gonna go for a wander in this town and hopefully be able to capture what I saw. Because I'm currently heading kind of vaguely north because I'm returning to the Netherlands soon, I don't really plan out my route very much beyond like some major touch points. So I'm heading kind of up towards Pamplona, but on the way, you never know what you're gonna see. And the inland of Spain is obviously less traveled because most people stick to the coast, but it's such a big country. Like any which way, every time I pass through Spain, I go a different route and you come across different things completely. And I love to be surprised by little gems like these. So the stillness here is amazing. I'm still alone. No other campers, no other people at all. And this is the parking place for like a little ruined castle. Just perched on top of the village. So it's actually above the village right now. But apparently there's like steps leading down into it. So yeah, let's have a little explore together. You can tell a little bit from here. And my little camper van. It's taking me a second to figure out what the hell this is supposed to be. Okay, I have absolutely no clue. It's like a dragon or like an owl with a very fucked up face. We have like a couple of funny sayings in Dutch about the seasons, it's called Maart roert zijn staart, which means March will twist its tail, meaning it's a wily, unpredictable month. As well as April doet wat hij wil, April doet wat hij wil, which means April does as it wants. So another kind of wily, unpredictable month. And it's just one of those things where you can't really predict when spring's actually gonna arrive in the north of Europe. And May, and we say in May every bird lays an egg. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, is it? I thought birds laid their eggs a lot earlier than that. May seems a bit late to be laying eggs. But I think they usually mean to say that May is like the real start of spring for most countries in the northern hemisphere. Alright, this is going down to a pretty steep precipice here. There's an information panel, so it should be safe enough. There you go. Starts to remind me a little bit of Catalonia, even though we're in Zaragoza at the moment. When I went with my dad to Catalonia, there was a lot of like villages exactly like this, same color, same kind of roofs. And so far I've only driven about 6 hours from where Almenekar is, and it's a completely different country. I found the stairs down to the village. Makes things a lot easier than having to fall down a cliff. Wow, look at those chunks of rock falling off. You see the layers in the landscape there. Oh, Oh, the stillness here is absolutely amazing. Just a sleepy little village and a regular work day. Look at these incredible agave flowers. Aren't they amazing? They look like trees, don't they? They're just the flowers from the agave plant. A couple of years ago I drove through this section in the south of Spain where there was this whole field spanning the entire ocean side with agave flowers. It looked like an alien landscape. You know, just nothing earthly about these things. More almond blossom, starting to fall now. About this time last year I was in the Jerte Valley, which is just north of Extremadura, but it's just about the same latitude as this place, and I was also making my way north, and yeah, similar vegetation, similar blossoms. It's wonderful seeing everything again before I head home. Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss of what to say. It's definitely one of the most picturesque places I've seen this winter so far. It's quiet, beautiful, everything's blooming. I bet people live at least 10 years longer here, surely, you must do. I mean, what kind of stresses can you have while living in this kind of place? It's kind of the thing with travelling around, you know, I don't live anywhere. I don't say I have a home, because I'm technically, you know, houseless. I have a van. But, so I don't call any of these places wherever I go. I'm always a visitor. But it's beautiful to, you know, for a moment be in a place as beautiful as this. And even though it's not my home, I can be, you know, part of it just for a moment. I think I don't really feel like I have a real home these days. Like whenever I talk to people about going to the Netherlands, I feel myself less inclined to say these days I'm going home, because the Netherlands doesn't really feel like home to me anymore. I mean, I've lived in the UK for so long, and then temporarily back in the Netherlands. It's the place I was born and grew up, but I wouldn't exactly call it home. So it's a great privilege to be able to, you know, be homeless, so to speak, and still, you know, enjoy my life in this amazing way. And but it also means I'm always a visitor wherever I go, and I don't mind that whatsoever. It's nice to pass through places and see how other people live, you know. It gives you such an insight into life and what more life can be. And I've seen, you know, you see the bad and the good. And for every pretty place like this I come to, I do see, you know, the slums as well, and the towns where people really are struggling. And yeah, I just, all the faces, you know, everything starts to kind of blend together after a while, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's just a natural way of things. Like, despite not being able to remember every place I've come to, I still remember the impressions that these places left on me. And yeah, it just enriches your imagination and world in a way that I can't really describe. And you know, I know this is why people say, oh, this is why we travel and stuff, but I've always had a fraught relationship with the term traveller as well, because I just don't really see myself as a traveller that much, you know, or an explorer or anything like that, because the world is as it is. You know, I'm not some kind of vanguard of, you know, anything new or anything cutting edge. I'm just living my life, and it's just wonderful getting an occasional glimpse into other people's lives by passing through with my little camper van. So yeah, you know, whenever I'm on the move again, especially after having spent a couple of months kind of stationary, you know, just getting my head down and do work, and then getting moving again, everything feels fresh again, and I'm reminded of, you know, why I do this. And it's wonderful. I mean, not everything is going to be a hit, not everything is going to be a miss. It's just, my life on the road is exactly the way that anyone else's life is. It's just a bit stranger. It's a bit more weird. It's a bit more, varied, I suppose. And this is why I vary my life in general as well, because, being on the move every day can be a bit overwhelming, and overstimulating. And then your brain can't take in all the new impressions. So you need to have these breathing spaces between everything. And it's just lovely being on the move again and heading north and, coming across little gems like these. Little towns, little tucked away places where people have their whole lives. And you're just, an observer into their little universe for a day or an hour. Sometimes even minutes if you pass through while driving, You're just an observer. We're also getting a lot closer now to the place where, basically on the same latitude as my first vlog on this channel. And I'm kind of swept back in time for a couple of months. Just like, it's been about 4 months now since I've been there. And it's just lovely seeing all the pines again and this different vegetation. To hear the birds, the buzzing of the insects. It's such a completely different world from Andalusia. A place like this doesn't give your eyes a rest for just a moment. So much to see. It's a wonderful way to kind of, end my winter in Spain once again before heading home. And I'll be sorry to see it go, because I don't really know the next time I'll be in Spain, because with my next van the summer is going to be spent in the UK, but after that I might not choose to come to Spain next winter, because I've been here 3 years in a row, and for variety's sake and with my new van I'm thinking about heading to the southeast portion of Europe. It seems further away on the map, but if you actually look at the lines, like the straight lines, it's actually the same distance to Albania, Montenegro, as it is to the south of Spain. So, it gets a little bit chillier in the winter maybe, because Spain does get the warmest, but, I'm gonna see if I can make it work next winter. It'd be lovely to see part of the world that I've actually never been to. Come to the village spring. As you can tell, it's surrounded by this wall of stone, and it's all tucked away in the corner. Look at how blue that water is. Coming up to the lip now, you can see the bowl very beautifully. It's so lush. Fossil zone. Oh. I think that's a real trilobite. It's a very derpy looking one. Jeez. I'm not sure if these are meant to be fossils or just some... Do I need to say it out loud? So it's the next day, and I'm currently in a place called Cuevas La Agudas, I think. That's how you pronounce it. And so I'm in the town that's actually on the west side of another desert. Because if anyone's seen my previous vlog about the Tabernas, which is the only true desert in Spain, but there's another place in the north, if I was saying this correctly, it's called Bardenas Reales, and it's technically a semi-arid desert. This place is right on the edge of it, and it's funny, this town is literally on the outskirts of the Badlands, and in the wall of this Badlands they've built this cave system, or these houses carved out of caves. And apparently this was occupied until the 60s, so since about the 15th century till now, or last century, people used to live here quite happily. And a lot of these houses, as you can see from me walking around here, completely abandoned and quite broken up, but can you just imagine living in a place like this, especially in the 60s? This is incredibly low. See, I can barely stand up straight here. Some of these ceilings look a bit, sunken in, like they're slowly descending down. That's a little bit freaky, man. And I've seen plenty of like carvings out of rocks in Spain so far, but this is like, it was an actual town that was occupied. Can you imagine like a child's bedroom here? Jeez. Talk about dark and dingy. Oh, nice little coat hook for you there. But yeah, it's like normally you see just like a couple of carved buildings, but this entire rock face is littered with these cave homes. So there's a whole community of people living here for, you know, centuries. Well, that looks like a small space. That might have been the... yeah, let's not think about that too much. Quite a few of these homes seem to have caved in a bit. You can see the layers from the Badland rocks here. This is all incredibly porous material. You can just break this off with your fingers. If anyone's seen my previous vlog about the Tabernas Desert, you can see me kind of looking, breaking bits off this mud bank. And it's just so incredibly fragile. Makes you wonder how people felt secure living here for literal centuries. You can see the town below. You see how the rock of the Badlands just kind of sticks up immediately. It's like a plateau that just kind of rises out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's the place I'm parked up. So it's right on the cliff edge, as you can see. Some of those holes are so far up, you wonder how people got up there. Maybe it's eroded so far that the road that used to be there is gone, but yeah. I've been here since last night, and at night they light up this whole rock face with like, you know, colourful lights and such. So it looks quite dramatic. There's some chimneys sticking out. I wonder if the rock's always been this porous, then, you know, you're hoping you're not gonna break through the floor right into your neighbor's home, right? Managed to make the walls quite smooth. They must have supported them somehow.